Hello, and welcome to our third weather briefing. First, we'll be looking at the METAR and TAF for Grand Forks. So currently the current METAR on the 10th day at 53 Zulu, wind 340 at 7, 10 statute miles of visibility, and scattered at 4,500 with towering cumulonimbus. And then we have the temperature there and the dew point and the altimeter setting, and then in our remarks here showing towering cumulonimbus off to the east. And then looking at the TAF information, so looks very clear from the 10th day at 1900 Zulu. We have light winds from the northwest and scattered clouds at 20,000, and also plus 6 statute miles, so greater than 6 statute miles. Looking at the ceiling and visibility, as far as the Midwest goes, very green, so a lot of areas with VFR weather, and that's basically all across the Midwest there. If we look kind of down to the south, kind of down by Texas, or in Texas we see some blue for marginal, and then that little spot in Louisiana there, which is red for IFR. And then also if we look at the west coast there up by Oregon and Washington, we see blue for marginal and then red for the IFR, and then we also see a spot there for low IFR shown with the purple. Looking at the radar, some convective activity in Minnesota, pretty clear up in Grand Forks, but then we have those kind of rain and convective activity off to the east there in Minnesota, and then kind of closer down to the Twin Cities area we have some red spots there, so definitely some convective activity there. If we take a look at the satellite imagery here, you can see those spots again down closer by the Twin Cities there, and you can see that they have kind of a circular formation there. Currently there is a tornado warning and also tornado watch out for kind of areas around the Twin Cities, mainly from this cloud formation, kind of that circular formation there. So there's a watch for tornadoes. Looking at PIREPs, nothing much for North Dakota, Minnesota, nothing really much there. We do see some kind of more as we go further down south. We do see some turbulence, and then also some just negative reports of turbulence. And then if we actually look down in Texas, we see some icing reports there, kind of on the western part of Texas, and then southeastern part there. And then further out west too, we see some more turbulence. But mainly a lot of the PIREPs are kind of south, so not really too near North Dakota or Minnesota. Convective segments, we see that area of red there, kind of matching the same area in our radar and our satellite. So that red box there is a convective segment issued currently, and then the orange is going to be the outlook. As you can see, the orange kind of stretches out to Wisconsin, so that's showing that that's possible to have a convective segment. And with the storms right now, they are moving east, so that's kind of why you see the outlook there kind of stretch eastward out to Wisconsin there, and even Michigan. Looking at the area forecast for North Dakota, so we see on the eastern half, skies clear or scattered, and then outlook VFR. So looks like the weather will stay VFR. We won't really get affected by those storms there. As I said earlier, they are moving east. And then looking in Minnesota, so central, we see some scattered and broken clouds. And then we also see some light thunderstorm with rain, and then cumulonimbus with the tops, and then saying there with the thunderstorms, possible severe thunderstorms, kind of showing back with the radar that and the convective segment that there are storms there. but then it looks like as the storms kind of pass through, so we got some occasional lower visibility with some mist, but overall the outlook is VFR. So once those storms kind of pass through, then it'll go back to nice VFR weather. Freezing level. So looking at North Dakota, Grand Forks area, and then kind of southeast down towards the Twin Cities, we have darker orange, so 13,000 feet for freezing level. And then as we kind of go in northern Minnesota there up by Duluth and International Falls, we see a lighter orange, so about 11,000. But it is summer, so we expect the freezing levels to be higher up, and really no issue for light aircraft as far as freezing goes. Looking at the surface prog chart, we see cold front kind of looping down from Canada up there, kind of going across North Dakota and northern Minnesota. And then overall, looking at the just United States as a whole, we see out on the kind of northwest coast there a cold front, and then also just south of North Dakota there in South Dakota we have area of low pressure there, and then we also have a kind of cold front going out into the ocean there on the east coast, and then some areas of high and low pressure across the United States. Looking at the low-level significant weather, we see on the left side we have the 12-hour forecast. Nothing really much for North Dakota, but if we go south, kind of south western Minnesota and South Dakota there, on eastern South Dakota, we have that area of orange, symbolizing moderate or greater turbulence. And then if we look just east of Minnesota there in Wisconsin, we see that area of blue, symbolizing marginal VFR. And then also we see some a spot of red there also, symbolizing IFR conditions. And then if we look over on the right side for the 24-hour forecast, we kind of see that looks like it's moving west, or moving east more, and Wisconsin is now kind of clearing up. Still some areas for marginal, kind of like the Milwaukee area there, but generally kind of moving east there. And then we also see some moderate or greater turbulence kind of in the Ohio area, kind of just southeast of Michigan there. But overall, Grand Forks and North Dakota, Minnesota looks pretty clear there. Nothing really much there, so just nice VFR weather. And this will conclude our third weather briefing.